Hey guys, this is just a quick video before Philippine markets open just to make sense of what's happening in the global landscape. As you all know, what happens in the global landscape affects what happens also in the Philippines and in Asia as well. So allow me to give you this update. I guess I'm gonna do more of this during the lockdown because there's more free time also that I get to do and pump out more content. Again, if you like this format, you like what I'm doing, you like this podcast type slash webinar type of format, and it allows me to also put a lot of current events and data into the videos. Comment below that this is something that's helpful. This is something that will help you also analyze whether you should buy or sell uh, in the markets in general. But I'm gonna do more of this. I'm gonna repeat doing this because the heart and the goal of this channel is just to educate you, so you get to win and you get to trade the markets with confidence. So I made a vlog last night before also going to sleep, and the vlog focused on the 2 trillion US dollar stimulus bill that the US tried to push. And when I did that and before I went to sleep, the markets at that point in time was at 22,148.53. It was up 4.47%. So that being said, went to sleep, but the market still continued its path. Upon waking up, we saw the Dow Jones hit 22,552, and it was up 6.38%. So from the time I went to sleep to the time I woke up, we saw the Dow Jones close at a higher mark. We saw it continue to push forward. So for those who like using price action, for those who love denoting how the markets respond and how it connects to the price, this is something that's positive for the markets in general. A couple of things that's so important. This is the first 3-day U.S. stock market rally that we have seen. I think in more than a month. We haven't really gone up massively. There were successive massive days of selling. Then you would see one day blip going up, and then successive days of selling again. So this is a lot. This is a very good reprieve for those who like to use price action. This is a more bullish undertone also to the markets. And I also want to add that this is not percentage wise, but based on points, based on how big it has moved in terms of a point system. This is one of its largest 3-day upticks, I think, since the 1930s as well. So if you put everything in perspective, from a price standpoint, things are looking good in terms of how the US markets are. Now let's look at the charts in even more detail for the Dow Jones. So if you look at the Dow Jones, you see that it started to build a base here and started to bounce as well. I think from just looking at this, number one, it could form a short-term resistance at the 23,000 level, but you could expect a larger resistance here, close to the 25,000 level. Why? Because there was a support that was protecting it here, June 2019. Then it tried to be supported August 2019 here. Then the breakdown that happened this March as well. So at this point in time, couple of things, two things that you could note for the Dow Jones. Number one, resistance at the 23,000 level. Number two, a larger and stronger resistance at the 25,000 uh, level as well. So two major resistances, or two resistances to watch out from for the Dow Jones and how it works in the grand scheme of things. And if you note it also, this large drop down, this was just barely a month. This was one of the strongest drops that I've seen on a very large percentage level, plus on a very short period of time. So what we saw in the US markets, the large drop, it was something that was larger and faster than what we've seen as compared to what happened in the 2008 financial crash. So key takeaways from this: number one, 23,000 resistance, followed by another resistance at the 25,000 level. Now, because of the upward movement that we're seeing, this brings the US market out of the bear market that it came from. Meaning, please remember, some people make a definition of a bear market that it's down 20% from the highs, from its previous highs, and that's what happened in the US markets. It dropped more than 20% from its previous highs, but because of the action that we've seen over the past 3 days, it's back up again. Uh, it's back up again and away from the bear territory. But again, For those of you who follow technicals, also for me, one of the biggest references that I use when I look at the charts or when I call it a bear or a bull is its reference for the 200-day moving average, which as of this video, I think it still has to break out past that for us to see a more cohesive reversal for the US market. So at the end of the day, please do note that resistances are there because for people who bottom pick, there will come a point in time, especially when they feel that there's still uncertainty around, that they will have to take profits, they will have to sell, and that's why resistances happen. There will also come a point in time where people, especially here, people who bought here that did not exit here, lost money here. When it comes back here, the mentality of them just wanting to break even will also start to emerge, and they will also sell. So when you have people profit taking and you have people trying to cut loss and you have people trying to just sell just at break even, that shows you an abundance of sellers at a certain point in time. So when you have an abundance of sellers at a certain point in time, as what I've been talking about in all of my talks, in all of the videos that I've been creating, more sellers bring the prices down. I repeat, more sellers bring the prices down. The abundance of sellers will always bring prices down. So, and that's how it works in every asset class. That's how it works in the forex market, in the Bitcoin market, and that's how it will also work in the stock market. As more and more people will sell, you can expect prices to just continue to go down. So the US market is currently out of the bear market. But what triggered this good news? What was one of the biggest causes on why the market started to rally? What I only see as of this point in time is this: the U.S. Approved their $2 trillion stimulus bill, their stimulus package to give Americans money, to give loans. So again, this is backed by. You can watch the video that I created about quantitative easing. The money that they will use in order to support this is the unlimited money that they're printing right now, that they're pumping and priming to put in the U.S. economy. So uh, please do note that for my Filipino viewers, the Philippine market also has its own equivalent to that. The Philippine government is also making and crafting, or I think the bill has been approved already as a Bayanihan Stimulus Act. Also, too, it's not just preventive measures for the coronavirus, but it also includes provisions on funds and money that can be allocated to combat the coronavirus. So please remember this $2 trillion stimulus bill of the US government is also not just it's not just funding, but it's their way also to ease the impact of the coronavirus in their economy. Again, the reason for my Filipino viewers, the reason why we're watching this is basically number one, whatever happens to the U.S. markets affects the Philippine markets as well, affects Asia as well. So, in light of that, it's not just all good news. Bad news is um, the U.S. government also just released their unemployment claims. I've mentioned this in a previous vlog, but for those who are watching this for the first time, the unemployment claims in the US hit 3.28 million Americans, meaning you have 3.28 million Americans claiming unemployment income because they don't have money, they don't have jobs anymore, they just lost their this was an unprecedented rate of people losing their jobs at a very massive rate. This is massively, I think this is four times more than what the of claims, four times more of claims as compared to the 2008 financial crisis. So we are seeing an unprecedented rate of Americans losing their jobs, and we really haven't seen the full effects of them locking down, closing down their stores yet. And there might be a larger wave of layoffs happening. Please do note though that this two trillion US dollar stimulus package, loans will be granted to companies, loans will be granted to offices, that those loans that are granted to companies and offices that could help them still continue their payroll. Hence, it will help somehow try to cushion this or prevent this from ballooning and going extra higher. Please also note that I've also mentioned that the average unemployment claims in the US were just around 200,000. Please also do note that what people have been projecting, investors, analysts have been projecting, were just around 1.5 million Americans would have unemployment claims, but the actual number is far higher, more than double of what people were analyzing, and massively higher than the average as well. Another Another bad news is that the coronavirus just hit 500,000 plus confirmed people that have been infected already. As of this video, the US cases has already surpassed the cases in China and Italy. I think the US has around 82 confirmed cases, Italy and China are close to 80,000. So the spike in the US has started. People have been, doctors have been projecting that this could even massively go higher. That I read a report that they're projecting that it's a possibility that there could be 75 million, 250 million Americans that could be infected as well. So, bad news. But people are asking what's causing this market to actually rally, and just looking at uh, how things are going. Of course, the $1 trillion stimulus package is a catalyst, but one of the things that I saw is this: pension funds have started to pivot. There are some pension funds that are balanced funds in nature, where it combines bonds and equities in its portfolio, and some of the larger pension funds, like the ones of the Japanese, can pivot and shift, and be more lenient on how they do their strategy. Since the US markets have dropped massively, what they could possibly do is shift some of those positions in bonds, or some of those positions that are in cash, for them to pick up certain issues that are ridiculously cheap, or some that could give them high dividend yield returns because of the massive drop that happened. So I think that's one. Please remember, I mentioned this on top of the video, that it's just supply and demand. More sellers bring the prices down, but in a certain point, more buyers bring the prices up. Meaning, when pension funds pivot, it also forms a support. It also forms a large base where, as it hits this level, as it hits their buying range, you have a large slew of buying that will prevent markets from falling. It will prevent markets from going down. So that's one of the things that I've been looking at. And as of the time of this video, it's around 8:40 something, or close to that. We're seeing Asian markets respond as well. Asia Pacific markets respond. You have the Nikkei in Japan up as of this point in time, up 3.51, and you have the topics up 3% as well. If you look at Australia ASX 200 index, it's also up by 1.23%. So you see uh, Asia Pacific markets handle this and also respond positively. I'm going to give you an update also later when Hong Kong, China, Philippines start to open. But again, just to reiterate what's happening in the Philippine markets, this is a video that I posted as well. You can reference the entire context of this just in the videos prior to this one. But if you notice it, the Philippine market is at a resistance right now at the 5376. Should the Philippine markets go down again, it just follows this range. It could possibly retrace and go back to this level, this range. But if it breaks out from this, then the next possible range of the PSEI is it will go and have a 5376 support level and 6969 resistance level as its larger range as well. Please remember also, when stocks break down massively, it the large breakdown causes it not to have a lot of support levels. That if it starts to bounce, its lack of support levels will also cause it to have a lack of resistance levels. Hence, a larger and higher bounce in certain markets that we're looking at as well. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope you're learning. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comment section below. But if this video added so much value to you, appreciate if you could do two things. Number one, if you could subscribe so that you get updated every time I come up with new videos like this, every time I come up with new content about the stock market, about investing, because I really believe investing, building assets are there to make you reach your goals of financial freedom, that you can be financially free, that investing properly, diligently, and with discipline will help you win. And second favor is if you could like this video so that more and more people, more investors, not just Filipinos anymore, get to see this, that in a world of panic, in a world of fear, we give them data, we give them information so that they can navigate this and they don't have to live their lives scared. They don't have to live their lives fearful as well. And just a quick plug for those who want to learn more. I have 5 books about the stock market, which are in the links below. You can order them via Shopee and they will be delivered to you anywhere in the Philippines. Next is I have 2 other videos. One is a Tagalog stock market video with Chinkitan. It's called Stock Market for Everyone. The link is down in the description. These are for people who want to learn the basics of the stock market, Tagalog form, and via the internet. And lastly, I also have another online course with Sean C. It's called Make Money, Grow Money. It's a course on business and investing. It's a webinar. It's an online course that aims to teach you how you can invest, how you can win, and how you can trade the markets, and how you can actually start. The link to enroll is also in the description below. And I guess that's it. If you guys have any questions, super appreciated if you can send them, and I'll make more and more videos for all of you guys as well. And that's it for now. Marvin Germo. We're at the 15-minute mark. I hope you guys stayed. Comment below if you guys stayed, because I really want to know if this is something that's effective. This is something that you guys really want to watch. This is something that, hey, uh, the time and the effort that I'm making to make this video is something that's also worthwhile for all of you, because making videos is not also as easy. But one of the reasons why I do it, because I love it. One of the reasons that I do it, because I know it's making a difference in the lives of other people as well. So super appreciate it if I could hear your feedback in all of this, and if you guys could subscribe, smash the bell, and be part of this growing number of people willing to trade the markets with confidence. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I super hope this video pushes you and nudges you to reach for your goals, because we need not just to be equipped in this spirit, we also need to be inspired. We need to be people that radiates optimism, because in a world of pessimism, there, we need people that will help encourage and build other people to push on, to live through, and to be the best that they can actually be as well. So Marvin Germo, I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.